This is the After Party, live with Kim McAllister. Pick a couch, grab a drink, and settle into the conversation.
Hey everybody, it is the After Party live on a Trivia Thursday. Thank you for being here. I'm seeing all the comments in the chat about things that are offensive that happened in the chat. What's really interesting is that I just had this debate after the show with Mark Thompson. I'll let you into some after the fact details. And it has been in the past that if a comment comes in and it's written in all caps, someone trying to distinguish their comment from everyone else's, make it stand out bold, or maybe they are yelling, I don't know. But if they write their comments in all caps, I won't necessarily delete the person, but I just delete the comment. And someone wrote, Kim, delete this comment or something. It's in all caps. And Mark saw that text come through, or the chat come through. And he said, you delete the chats that come in all caps? I said, yeah. He said, why? I said, because I think it's obnoxious and it's rude. And it means technically in internet parlance that people are yelling. And he disagreed with that. He said that he's got a new rule for the show that he's putting in, but he doesn't agree with the all caps thing. So we were talking about that, but that's pretty interesting. So I don't know how you guys feel about it, but we'll talk about it tomorrow and you can weigh in. B.A. Ware says, if your name is Jesus, though, all caps are okay, right? No, I deleted that comment. I didn't see it right away, but I deleted it. Not okay. Depends on which Jesus you're talking about, I guess. Or Jesus. Clark says, Savage used to always write me in all caps. I knew he was shouting. No. Hi, Clark Reed. No. See, I think it's rude. Not cool. No. JT says, you would be deleting all of my boss's emails for sure. Oh, that's so annoying. I can't even tell you. Heather says, we appreciate that you do it, Kim. All caps are super obnoxious. Thank you. That was my argument. It's super obnoxious. And he thinks my argument is, it's just offensive to me, so I'll just delete it. That's not my argument. I mean, why should your comment stand out from everyone else's? They're all valid. They're all worthy of being read. So you'll hear about his new rule tomorrow, but I'm like, you know what? Forget it. You look at your own chat and manage it then. How about that? John says, I always picture all caps are someone hard of hearing. Something. Mindy says all caps demand and captures all your attention. Too hard to avoid. No, it's yelling, says Walnut Creek. My argument. Yes. So we'll have this debate so that you can all participate in it tomorrow on the Mark Thompson Show. But programming note today, and I would love it if you guys could go click a different window open, go to the Nikki Maduro Show, and then if you haven't subscribed to it, subscribe and then hit that little bell, because it's a once a week show now. Thursdays at 5 p.m. So that's today, 5 p.m. Cocktails, mocktails, politics, the Nikki Maduro Show. And a lot of people say, I'd love to participate, but I always forget that it's on because we used to be on in the morning and now we're in the evening. So click that little bell and YouTube will send you a notification and say, hey, the show is on if you want to come watch it. And participate. So I would love to have you participate in that. All right. I like that you warned them first, Kim. In this case, if it's just an all cap, my system is, I don't necessarily warn you. Maybe I'll say something just in general, but I'll just delete the comment. I don't delete the user or ban the user. I just delete that comment. And if you go back and look for your comment and you don't see it, well, you'll know why. That it was in all caps and no. Not anymore, apparently, but that used to be the way it was. Please delete this. Okay, see, now I don't think I can. Can I? Oh, I used to have this capability. Why don't I have it now? Man, I might not have that capability on this one. Can I do it? I can. Delete comment. There you go. Thank you for letting me do it one last time. I appreciate it. Okay. Nullifidian, seriously, you're killing me. Never posted all caps. Okay, now you guys are just doing it to get on my nerves. I love you all. It's okay. Okay. I would love to thank West Theory for a $5 super sticker. You have me all discombobulated with my little clicking delete finger. Wes, thank you for the dancing pear and the $5 super sticker and the way you support the show. I so appreciate it. The bread and butter, as Mark says, of that show and this is the PayPal community. So thank you for all of the folks that have set up that monthly contribution on PayPal. The link is in the chat. It's also in the About section on YouTube under the After Party Live. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. It allows this show to continue. Oh my God, you guys are driving me crazy. Yes, do it tomorrow on Mark's show. Lord. And this, what's this? You guys driving me nuts. All right, let's jump into some of these stories so that we do have some time for trivia today because I wanted to get to it. Okay, let's go first of all with, did you see this story? This is James Blunt for now, because James Blunt has this kind of new publicity stunt that he's doing. And he says that if his new album reaches #1, the re-release of his debut album, I should say, it's called Back to Bedlam. If it hits #1 on the charts, he will legally change his name by deed poll. All right, so that means he says he'll let the people decide. But if his album doesn't go to #1, he's not changing his name. He's got this hashtag James Who, and he's asking fans to comment with their name suggestions. Some of them so far, Blunty McBluntface, you know, blames Junt, James Corden after the TV presenter, Nick Pope after a football player in a soccer football player in New England or in England, and it has a possibility that it could become #1. I don't know. I don't think he's really going to change his name, and even if he does change his name and honor the PR publicity stunt he's pulling, he'll probably change it right back. Don't you think? James Blunt. Kind of a new one. There you go. We have something exciting happening. Happens every year. I know this is one of Pat Thurston's favorite pastimes. This is Fat Bear Week. Fat Bear Week takes place at Katmai National Park in Alaska. And it is an event where 12 bears that have fattened up for the winter are competing to pack on the pounds, and we see which one we think is doing the best. So here is what you have as the bracket that the park put out this week. They now have voting on official Fat Bear Week website opened up to the public yesterday at noon. The bracket includes the 2023 Fat Bear Week winner Grazer, as well as other returning favorites, including Chunk, we know Chunk, Walker, 747, 164, and 901. There's some newcomers in here as well. Fat Bear Week is a celebration of success and survival, a way to celebrate the resilience, adaptability, and strength of Katmai's brown bears. So how it works is you go on the website and vote daily for your favorite bear to move forward in the bracket. And then the overall winner is selected in the final round of voting on next Tuesday, I believe, is when this happens. But we're in it. We're in Fat Bear Week. So they have I always think of bears. They're so cute when you see pictures of them. And when you see them up close, they're not so cute. But there's some good ones. I think I have a video to show you. They have kind of the bears at the beginning and the bears at the end. But I'll show you some of the entries in Fat Bear Week, if I can share my screen with you. Here's Chunk. There he is. That's Chunk. And you can kind of see Skinny Chunk and Chunky Chunk. The next one is Grazer. Grazer's doing pretty well. He's fattening right up. Then there is Walker. Look at Walker before and after. That's pretty dramatic. Yeah. Walker deserves consideration. Then there's Bear 164. Kind of bummed out that he doesn't have a name. There he is. Or she. Bear 504. Packing on some pounds. I don't think that's a winning image. 519. I don't know. Not impressed. 747, that's pretty good. See, that bear is really cute in pictures. 856. Bear 856. So you scroll down. Oh, that's pretty good. 901's got some meat on his bones. Look at that. So you look at the pictures, you pick your favorite bear, you vote daily to see if your bear wins. Kind of another thing to do to bring a little joy, right? That's pretty good. Yeah. I like the before and after shots. So the website where you can go and check all this out, I'll put it in the chat. Go put this in the chat for you guys so that you can vote if you so choose. And you don't have to go looking for it. Here it is. There you go. And there is the link if you want to participate in Fat Bear Week, because who doesn't, right? Doug, thank you for the $5 super sticker. So appreciated. Now, Doug and Wes, you guys are awesome. Next story is about this eastern brown snake. Apparently, the snake is deadly, and it decided in Australia that it was going to go shopping for some shoes. This is not what you want to see when you are looking at a pair of new shoes. Can you imagine grabbing that pair of shoes and what comes out of it? The joke they make is, oh, the snake was browsing the new summer collection at the store. They had to call out a snake wrangler to deal with this highly venomous snake found browsing the new summer collection, so they say. They called out the folks at Sunshine Coast Snake Catchers. They called it a gorgeous eastern brown snake, not the word I would use. It was slithering through a retail store in Queensland. The store had to be evacuated and put on lockdown until the snake catcher arrived to get the snake out of here. The snake, you could see it slithering under a clothing rack. It took refuge under a wooden shelf. They used a hook to pull it out and grab it by its tail and put it in a bag to be relocated somewhere else. Not in the store. No. No, thank you. This is one of these stories I love. Look at this goat with a medal. There was a marathon going on in Canada, Conception Bay area. And the runners were running right past this pasture where this goat was watching. And the goat apparently wanted to participate, escaped from his home on Newfoundland and Labrador pumpkin patch, and ended up running 3 miles in the local half marathon. The goat is 10-year-old Joshua, and his owner, Heidi, says Joshua must have gotten excited when runners in the Conception Bay South T Railway Trek Half Marathon ran past the pumpkin patch because he broke free from his tether and metal collar and joined in the race. The goat ran about 3 miles before photos on Facebook alerted her to the fact that he had joined the human runners in the race. So she caught up to Joshua, loaded him into her car, but learned that he had become so popular with his fellow runners and spectators, so she drove him to a spot about 800 feet from the finish line so that he could actually compete the race. Race officials say they'd like everyone to join them in congratulating Joshua on his first ever race. And there he is with his medal. That's pretty funny. This, not so funny. No. I'm sorry that I'm telling you, you guys know, if you've listened to the show before, that I am a mosquito magnet. And now we have this story of a new mosquito that has shown up in the South Bay here in California, in the Bay Area. It is a highly aggressive, day-biting mosquito found in Santa Clara. No! This mosquito species feeds almost exclusively on humans, and it's now in Santa Clara County. The Santa Clara County Vector Control District found Aedes aegypti mosquitoes in the residential area of the city of Santa Clara, 58 of them around Agate Drive and Moraine Drive. These species, the Aedes aegypti, are not native to California. Unlike the mosquitoes that we do have here that bite mostly at dawn and dusk, These bite day and night, so they can get you whenever. They're going to start treatment to eradicate this aggressive species. They want to keep it from setting up a permanent population. I think once they're here, we're done for. But, if it gains a foothold in Santa Clara County, officials say it won't only threaten public health, but it will affect our quality of life. These mosquitoes are highly aggressive and active. They were found in Gilroy and East San Jose earlier this year. And the vector folks say they're doing everything we can to prevent Aedes aegypti from becoming established in Santa Clara County, but we need the public's health. So, very important that people in the affected areas cooperate with district staff, allow them to inspect properties. As always, watch that standing water around. If you've watered some pots of flowers and they're not draining and you see the water just sitting there, if you have a bucket of water or liquid, got to really watch it. Make sure your pools or your pond are, you're keeping up with it, because nobody wants this guy around. Yikes. Day biters, aggressive day biters. That's what we needed. Come on. There's another story. I know, bringing the party down. I'm sorry. There's another story I saw, and this is a big disappointment as well. There are a record number of U.S. kindergartners not getting the recommended vaccines, a record number, rather, of kindergartners in the United States not getting the recommended vaccines before school. So what we know is that new government data shows that there are a record number of kindergartners exempted from the required shots during the last school year. 125,000 new students don't have the protection of at least one childhood vaccine. Rates among kindergartners for measles vaccinations have already fallen below the federal target 4 years running, according to the CDC. And U.S. measles cases, we thought we got rid of it. Now the cases last year were triple that of all, by July of this year, 2024, the cases were triple that of all of 2023. So public health officials have reason to be concerned about decreased vaccination rates in kindergartners. They remind people the childhood vaccines are safe and effective and have made a profound difference in reducing suffering and death from once dreaded infectious diseases. The vaccine coverage decreased in 35 states. 14 states out of those 35 had at least one full percentage point drop. That translates to about 280,000 students without proof of complete vaccines. So, and the problem is, and the CDC notes this, is that the people that don't believe in vaccines tend to congregate toward the same school. So what you have are pockets of vaccine-hesitant communities. The CDC saying they often see congregations of the same people together in these communities, and when that happens, disease can spread rapidly because they all have similar beliefs. So, we just got a vaccine yesterday, HPV vaccine. Does not feel good, but necessary. So, it's the way it is. I love these stories. You never know what you're going to find in an old barn. I'm not loving this painting, but apparently it's worth a lot of money. And maybe somebody loves it. Somebody willing to spend a bunch of cash. This painting was found at a barn in New York. Yeah. The New York-based art dealer Alan Tribitz said he was at a barn sale in the Hamptons, there you go, when this painting, which depicts a carved grizzly bear at the top of a totem pole, caught his eye. He said you could just tell that this painting had something pretty special about it, besides the fact that it was also legibly signed, not often the case with most art that you see. So that helped a little bit. But it definitely had a look, and it definitely was very interesting. So he bought it for $50. And then he did a little research and determined it was a piece called Masset QCI. It was painted in 1912 by an artist named Emily Carr, C-A-R-R. This painting is now one of 4 works by Carr due to be auctioned by the Heffel Gallery next month in Toronto, and it is expected to sell for between $100,000 and $200,000. Tribit said, I found some interesting things in my life, but this is probably the most significant thing that I have ever found. So yeah, it's a Canadian artist, Emily Carr, and it could go for as much as $200,000 after being bought at a barn sale in the Hamptons for $50. Look at that. Kind of cool. There is a new rover that we have. We're working on it, we're developing it, and when it's ready, it'll probably be used on the next mission, Artemis V, on the moon. The prototype is what you're seeing here. NASA engineers at the Johnson Space Center designing this new lunar rover. It's called the Ground Test Unit, this prototype. They plan to have this vehicle available for the Artemis 5 moon mission. They say the ground test unit will help NASA teams on the ground test and understand all the aspects of rover operations on the lunar surface ahead of Artemis missions. So, they're going to evaluate the rover operations, working with the contractors and the hardware to get this done. It'll be a human-rated, unpressurized vehicle using a flexible architecture to simulate and evaluate different rover concepts. There are a couple designs of this. They're still working to figure out exactly which one they like the best. But they're going to test it on various technical aspects: crew compartment design, rover maintenance, payload science integration. The one you see here won't be used on the moon, but it will be designed to carry 2 astronauts. It'll include a remote operation ability. It'll include drive modes, self-leveling, supervised autonomy technologies. NASA said human mobility helps increase the exploration footprint on the lunar surface, allowing each mission to conduct more research and increase the value to the scientific community. Here's another picture of it. There they go. This one doesn't have, I like the wheels on the other one. Maybe they're the same wheels. I don't know. It seems like they need to be super, you know those mountain bikes that have the super thick rubber wheels? I think they might be able to do better on the wheels. Lotto of the day. Let's get to it. This happened in Maryland. This game of pool led a Maryland man to quite the lottery prize. He said an evening playing pool with friends led to a winning lottery prize of $30,000. This man describes himself as a casual lottery player, said he was playing pool at JJ's Tavern in Glen Burnie when he decided to play some Keno. So he puts an 8-spot bet for 5 drawings and added the super bonus option, and he returned to playing pool, only decided to check his ticket after the Keno drawings were over, and the waitress handed him his ticket and said, "You won, and it's big." He said, "I looked at her and said, nah." And he looked at the back of the play card to see how much he won, and after the super bonus, it was $30,008, but he was still skeptical. He said his wife had an easier time believing his luck. She was a huge help setting me up for the appointment to go cash it in. He plans to use some of the prize money to invest in the stock market. I see we have a gambler here. Very nice. Have you ever participated in a science egg drop? The world record egg drop just happened. Students dropped an egg from 83 feet and broke the world record. A team from Pennsylvania students at Tedrifin Easton School District. They did the TE egg drop. And my kids participated in a science event where the egg drop was part of it, and you have to build this thing that cushions the egg, drop the egg into this contraption that you've designed to best cushion it, and you keep going up, and if it survives from, 5 feet, you go to 10 feet. If 10 feet, you go to the next, and eventually you're left with one winning team. The team built a protective covering that allowed their egg to fall from the soaring height of 83 feet without cracking its shell. The previous record was 54.13 feet. That was set in India last year. The egg drop team, comprised of Conestoga High School seniors Matthew Ma, Charlie Galthrop, and Jeffrey Wang, and Valley Forge Middle School student Brecklin Scheffler-Wood and teacher Derek Wood. They say there's a lot of video evidence and paperwork to compile over the last few weeks, but that world record is definitely worth it. Hopefully, they say this record will be like our egg, unbroken for quite some time. 83 feet, that's quite the egg drop. Well done. The CDC has a warning for us about fake medicine. Unfortunately, a lot of people can't afford the high prices of real medicine, and so they go to online pharmacies. And some online pharmacies, according to the CDC, are pushing these counterfeit meds. Yeah. The CDC is out with this warning, saying consumers who order pills from unregulated online pharmacies run the risk of ingesting potentially deadly fentanyl and methamphetamines. They say many online pharmacies falsely claim to sell prescription drugs at discounted prices without requiring proof of prescription. And the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy says nearly 95% of websites that offer alleged prescription drugs are actually illegal operations that don't follow the standards of state-licensed pharmacies. So, kind of dangerous. You never know what you're ordering. You never know what you're going to get. Tens of thousands of consumers bought counterfeit pills through fake online pharmacies run by Francisco Alberto Lopez Reyes and 17 others who are now charged with federal offenses. But they're out there. They had a scheme to advertise, sell, manufacture, and ship millions of potentially deadly pills disguised as genuine pharmaceuticals. So, not good. Not good at all. Got to be really careful. Speaking of, we'll end it on this down note. There's a story that says 1 in 14 U.S. hospital patients experience a harmful misdiagnosis, an error in the diagnosis. That doesn't give me a lot of confidence. Yikes. 1 in 14 hospital patients may be the victim of a damaging diagnostic mistake. They did a study looking at 675 patients admitted to a large hospital in Boston at various periods between July of 2019 and September of 2021. The patients randomly selected from more than 9,000 hospitalized during that time. The majority of the diagnostic errors totally preventable. According to the researchers from the Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston. They published their study online Tuesday in the journal BMJ Quality and Safety. 85% of the errors are deemed preventable. They say there's a need for improved surveillance to avoid these mistakes in the first place. The most frequent errors involved cases of heart and kidney failure, sepsis, pneumonia, respiratory failure, altered mental state, belly pain, and low blood oxygen levels. Harm was classified as minor, moderate, severe, or fatal. In all, they identified diagnostic errors in 160 cases involving 154 patients. 52 owed to complex medical issues, 54 resulted in transfer to the ICU, 34 patients died within 90 days. Harmful errors occurred in 84 cases, resulting in 37 intensive care transfers and 18 deaths within 90 days. Patients at the highest risk of a preventable error were older, white, non-Hispanic, and those using public insurance. So, now, what they do say about this study is that it was drawn from a single medical center. The patients had stays of under 21 days. The information that they were relying on came from electronic health records, which could be inaccurate. So interpret the results with caution. Maybe this hospital just has issues. You don't know. But yikes, 1 in 14 U.S. hospital patients is what they say, according to that data, would experience a harmful diagnostic error. I don't think that sounds good. All right, here we go. It is now time for Trivia Thursday. Let's lighten it up a little bit, why don't we? Are you guys all ready to play? I think we are. I have some good categories for you today. I think I have more than one category that I'd like to present to you. The first one is a little bit about fashion history. It's not a category that we have done before. And I'll lay down the first question, all right? Until the 1830s, what did fashionable women wear underneath their petticoats? Until the 1930s, what did fashionable women wear underneath their petticoats? If you guys know. I know your answers are going to be a little racy. It's all right. It can be racy. These are good answers. I think it's kind of a trick question. So I'm seeing corsets. I'm seeing bloomers. The correct answer, the first one thrown down, S.J. Lola says they wore nothing. And that would be the correct answer. Until the 1930s, there wasn't even any underwear going on underneath the petticoats. Nothing. In the 17th century, what makeup was used to give complexions a fashionable pallor, even though it caused digestive and neurological troubles? In the 17th century, I'm telling you, beauty kills. What makeup was used to give complexions a fashionable pallor, even though it caused digestive and neurological troubles? Not good. Yes, I see the answer. You guys got it. The answer is actually white lead, but I will go with Deidre, lead. S.J. Lola, lead. Mama has it. Cameo has it. Things gotta breathe. Apparently, until the 30s, they breathed quite well. God, I forgot how to speak. Corset, cocaine, lead. Cocaine is a good answer. Arsenic, talc, mercury. Yeah, white lead is the answer here. White lead. Next one. The Oppian Law, with an N, Oppian Law, limited the extravagance of upper-class female fashions. Where was the first recorded demonstration by women hoping to repeal it? The Oppian Law limited the extravagance of upper-class female fashions. Where was the first recorded demonstration by women that were hoping to repeal it?
Philadelphia.
It was not Philadelphia. Sorry.
Buffalo.
No, it's not Buffalo. I have the peanut gallery over here.
Guessing.
Good guesses. Those are wrong. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys know the answers to this, and yet you do. We have a New York City, we have a Philadelphia, we have a Paris. We have a Paris, the heart of fashion, you would think. Not the answer. London, Paris, Los Angeles, B.A. Ware for Rome, and that would be correct. V.A. Ware gets Rome. Well done. Okay, next one. In 1776, with a homespun farmer's clothing and his long, unpowdered hair, what American diplomat became the France's fashion icon? France's fashion icon. They say the France's fashion icon. 1776, homespun farmer's clothing, long, unpowdered hair. Which American diplomat becomes the France's fashion icon? You guys will get this one. Yeah. It is, S.J. Lola says, Ben Franklin. That's correct. Ben Franklin. Yeah, that is right, John Watson. And Josh, and William, and Nullifidian. And, Nullifidian said Martha Washington. Nope. It is Ben Franklin. Mo's got it. And who else do we have? Pretty good. All right, next one. What would a Civil War belle like Scarlett O'Hara wear under her hoop skirt just in case those skirts flew up in a high wind? What would a Civil War belle like Scarlett O'Hara wear under her hoop skirt just in case those skirts flew up in a high wind? That would be, I see the right answer. Let me go back to it. Are pantaloons and bloomers the same thing? Because the answer here is pantaloons. Pantaloons is the right answer. But for people that said bloomers, I think those might be the same thing. I'm not sure. Mama has it and Maud has it. Pantaloons is what we're looking for. Nolafidian has it. Well done, Linda, as well. First to the party with that one. All right, here we go. What medieval eye drops were used to make a lady's eyes brighter, though they had the unfortunate side effect of possible blindness? What medieval eye drops were used to make a lady's eyes brighter, though they had the unfortunate side effect of possible blindness? Yikes. Oh, wow, I can't believe you knew this. It is belladonna. Ooh, Heather had it too. Belladonna, I think Heather's... Oh, Uncle Jim came in first with that one. Yeah, it was belladonna. I've never even heard of that. Uncle Jim has it. Heather has it. SJ Lola rocking with it. Belladonna. Next one. And thank you guys for playing along. When King George II imposed the 1746 Dress Act, he outlawed what Highland article of clothing worn by English royalty to this very day? Yeah, you guys should get this one pretty quick. I probably don't need to repeat it. It was not ivermectin. Oh, is that true? I didn't know that. It is kilt is the right answer. Kilt. SF Tesla says belladonna is used for lowering temperatures. Kilts is right, John Watson. I think tartans may have also been part of it, but the answer we're looking for is kilts. Heather has it. SJ Lola has it. John has it. Nolafidian, Teacher Lori, Cranky Charcoal from across the pond has got it. Uncle Jim. Cranky, do you have your kilt? Are you wearing your kilt right now? That's so cute. Gotta love some Outlander kilt wearing. What Victorian fashion gave ladies loads of derriere? What Victorian fashion gave the ladies loads of derriere? I might actually have had a shot at this one. Something you do to a wedding dress as well. Uncle Jim says it's the bustle. That's right. Deidre says it's the bustle. Bustle is correct. Yeah. Heather has it, or Trevor has it, and Linda has it. Nolafidian has it. Luis has it, the bustle. No, Heather, don't go. Okay, keep us on mute. They'll be like, why are you texting? Who are you texting? My people at the party. Josh says, I got married in a kilt. I want to see the picture. Send us the picture. Kim at the afterparty.live if you want to share it. Next one. Why did that right? Why did Alexandra, Princess of Wales, introduce choker necklaces and jeweled collars into Victorian fashion? Why did Alexandra, Princess of Wales, introduce choker necklaces and jeweled collars into Victorian fashion? No, kilt. No. I'm so disappointed. It's all right. Yeah, she was trying to hide a scar on her neck. I'm giving it to Ren. Although I think sagging skin is a great reason too. But she had a scar on her neck and she was trying to hide it. A goiter? A double chin perhaps? No. Yeah, it was to cover scars. Mama Day 3 Boys as well gets it. To cover a hickey would have been a good answer. Yeah, it was a scar. It was a scar. Okay, next one. Who said, beauty of style and harmony of grace and good rhythm depend on simplicity? Beauty of style and harmony and grace and good rhythm depend on simplicity. Who said that? Not who I thought would have said it. Coco Chanel would have been my first answer, but no. George Santos, not a chance. Gore Vidal, no. Was it Prince? It was not. Was it Chanel? It was not. Thoreau? Cher? B.A. Ware says it was Plato. It was Plato. Yes, it was. It was Plato. Doesn't sound like a Plato quote, but hey, you know what? In the 1700s, why were British soldiers routinely given a pound of flour? In the 1700s, why were British soldiers routinely given a pound of flour? What did they do with it? Camouflage. No. Yes, to powder their wigs. S.J. Lola has it. They were given a pound of flour to powder their wigs. Nullifidian has it as well. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? For their appearance. Not for war or for anything purposeful, but simply for their appearance. It's wild. That is nutso. Okay. We move to another topic. And this one is about Canada. Are you guys ready for it? Canada has its own version of the Loch Ness Monster. What is it called, and where is it supposedly found? Canada has its own version of the Loch Ness Monster. What is it called, and where is it supposedly found? See if you guys have the answer to this one. Kind of a long answer. Oh, so you guys do have it though. It's kind of called that, but B.A. Ware has it right. It's the Ogopogo. The Ogopogo monster, Ogopogo, it's a large serpent-like creature that reportedly lives in Okanagan Lake near Kelowna in British Columbia. So Ogopogo is the right one. And you did have the place where it lives as well. Impressive. Yeah, not Champ. No, it's not called Champ. Should have been, though. Their mistake, Luis. Their mistake. Which British Columbian town sounds like a TV teen drama that starred James Van Der Beek and Katie Holmes? Which British Columbian town sounds like a TV teen drama that starred James Van Der Beek and Katie Holmes? You have it? Yeah. Yes, as a matter of fact, Sandy, Dawson's Creek is the answer. The TV series was Dawson's Creek. The Canadian city is also Dawson's Creek. No relation. Where in Canada would you find the big nickel, listed in the Guinness World Records as the world's largest coin? Where in Canada would you find the big nickel, listed in the Guinness World Record as the world's largest coin? Calgary, it is not in Calgary. Watson Lake. Good answer, John Watson. Not the answer, not Toronto. Right next to the big quarter, says Trevor in Hollywood. That's pretty funny. I'll give you the answer. You thought I said nipple? Nipple, nipple, nipple. Nope. Okay, I'll give you the answer to this one. It is at the Dynamic Earth Science Museum in Greater Sudbury, Ontario. It is a 30-foot replica of a 1951 Canadian nickel. What small Prince Edward Island town is famous for its Anne of Green Gables house? What small Prince Edward Island town is famous for its Anne of Green Gables house? I don't think we know a lot about Canada. We need to up our Canada knowledge. You would think, but no. Not Whistler, not Alberton. The answer to this one, should I wait or should I give it to you? I don't like today's topics. I'm sorry, Trevor. The answer is Cavendish, where author Lucy Maud Montgomery grew up. Her Green Gables farmhouse is a popular tourist attraction in this area. Clearly, we have not been there. Shania Twain is the most famous native of this city, which until 2001 was Canada's largest municipality in land area. What is the city? Shania Twain is from this city. I'll give you a hint. It is in Ontario. The answer is Timmins, Ontario. For those not up on their Shania Twain history, Timmins, Ontario. 2 places in Canada lay claim to having the highest tides in the world. Can you name one? 2 places in Canada lay claim to having the highest tides in the world. Can you name one? They're looking for the name of one or 2 bays. You got one of them. Bay of Fundy is right. Uncle Jim has Bay of Fundy. S.J. Lola has Bay of Fundy. So well done on that. The other one, be aware, has Bay of Fundy. The other one is Ungava Bay. Ungava Bay. All right? Next one is the Montreal Expos relocated from Canada to Washington, D.C. after the 2004 season. What are they called now? The Montreal Expos relocated from Canada to Washington, D.C. after the 2004 season. What are they called now? Ren has it. They are the Washington Nationals. Cameo had it too. First, Nats, she said. Well done. It is the Nationals. It is the Nationals. Deidre has it. It is the Nationals. They are not the losers. Via Ware says they are the Nationals. Nationals. Good job. Former Canadians. They are the Nationals. You guys got that one. Finally, one we could answer. Come on. This Canadian city is nicknamed the City of Gardens. What is it? This Canadian city is nicknamed City of Gardens. What is it? Oakland A's are the losers, says John. Yeah. Oakland A's fans are the ones that lost out on this, isn't it? It is indeed Victoria. S.J. Lola, I think, is first with that. Victoria, S.J. Lola, Ren had it. Victoria for Vancouver. Victoria for Nancy V. Victoria for B.A. Ware. Beautiful, by the way, says B.A. Ware. Yes, the answer is Victoria, British Columbia, one of the province's sunniest cities. The residents of Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan are called what? Here in Petaluma, we're called the Petalumans. You have San Franciscans. This city, the residents of Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan are called what? Sandy says they really should teach about Canada in American schools. Kids have enough time for learning about America, but I hear you. They're not called mooses. They're not called drunk. Bullwinklian, nice. Moose Jawites. Quebecois. Moose jars. That's the closest answer. The correct answer is Moose Javinians. Moose Javinians. All right, a couple more of these. What Canadian city is famous or infamous for having a notoriously windy intersection? What Canadian city is famous or infamous for having a notoriously windy intersection? Frozen. The Jaws of Life. That's what they should be called. Windsor. I like the answer. Montreal, Calgary, Windville. The answer is Winnipeg, the capital of Manitoba, the windy intersection, corner of Portage and Maine. What city is home to the annual Canadian Tulip Festival every May? Do you wonder? I'll give you a second. The annual Tulip Festival. You don't think of tulips coming from Canada, but you know, they have their tulips too. They have a whole festival. The answer is Ottawa, Canada's capital. Did anybody get it? B.A. Ware did. It's in Ottawa. Absolutely. And lastly on Canada, what national animal is depicted on the Canadian 5-cent piece? What national animal is depicted on the Canadian 5-cent piece? Not a bear. Not a moose. A lot of bear and mooses. Beaver is right. B.A. Ware says it's a beaver. It is a beaver. B.A. Ware gets it. John Watson gets it. But a lot of great answers. You guys are awesome. All right. Thus concludes Trivia Thursday for the After Party Live. And I'm sorry, Trevor, if you did not like the categories. I invite you to email me, kim@theafterparty.live or kimmcallister@gmail.com. I would love a suggestion on categories because I feel like I keep doing the same ones over and over. I do a lot of science ones because those are interesting to me, but I want it to be interesting to you too. So I know you didn't like the Harry Potter one either. So email me your suggestions for topics and I'll come up with some great questions, hopefully. Thank you for being here and for participating. Wes for the $5 super sticker, Doug for the $5 super sticker, Luis coming in with a $5 super sticker. I will take my favorite McAllister for $5. Answer, still Kim. Mahalo. Thank you. I appreciate that, Luis. At least I'm somebody's favorite McAllister. So I appreciate that. Okay. We have a date tonight at 5 p.m. for the Nikki Maduro Show. Cocktails, mocktails, politics, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So set the alarm here on YouTube, click the bell, click the subscribe for the Nikki Maduro Show. If you haven't clicked the subscribe button here as well, please do. We're up to, I think, 2,300 subscribers. So that's pretty good. We're on the way to 2,500. And every subscriber counts, so I really thank you very much. Please click the like button on the way out, and again, I'll meet you here at 5 o'clock, and tomorrow, of course, I'll meet you at 11 a.m. on The Mark Thompson Show, where we will have Michael Schur, we will have Michael Snyder, we will have Friday Fabulous Florida, and I look forward to spending that time with you as well. Until we meet again tonight at 5 p.m., I hope you make it a great rest of your Thursday. Bye, everybody.
The After Party Live would like to thank the following contributors and viewers like you.
So noted, my friend. So noted. Writing it down. Excellent. That is true, Wes. That is true. Still appreciate it, though.